My name is Andrew Cooney and welcome to my podcast. This is a place where I share all that I know to be true through ideas, beliefs, what I've learned in relationships, personal development, business and life. I'm a former content creator, trading my time to serve others' visions, but now I serve my own. I'm a freedom creator and a visionary with a passion for understanding more about who I am, who we are, and what we're capable of. So join me on this journey. Thank you for coming along. If you're looking to get more out of life, vision comes first. You don't need to know the exact path. It doesn't need to be set in stone. You just need a vision. Up until recently, I'd realised that mine wasn't as clear as I'd like it to be. I hadn't put the effort into really thinking on where I'm heading, what motivates me on the inside, and there's a big part of me that's getting a lot done, but not necessarily heading in a certain direction. It caused confusion and uncertainty in my life. The vision evolves over time, so it's important to understand that once you've got it, it doesn't need to stay that way forever. Some people, like myself, enjoy making adjustments over time and seeing where intuition carries them. There's a balance here of knowing where you're going, but trusting that you might end up somewhere different, and that's okay. I was doing a meditation this morning, and I follow a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, so it was in his morning meditation. It's 24 minutes long and focuses on the top 3 energy centers of the body: the third eye, the throat, and the heart. Putting awareness on these and expanding your energy out to allow potentials in. I'll leave Dr. Joe to discuss the finer details, but after this, you couple a vision or intention with an elevated emotion. You've heard of manifestation, right? Some people believe it, others don't. Some have experienced it, others haven't. There's a lot more to it than just thinking about something and getting it. There's actually 2 parts, and they are both vital for the success of the manifestation. The first is to have a very clear vision on what you want. This could be to do with any aspect of your life, your career, relationships, wealth, or personal development. Really thinking on what it is that you desire and matching that with an elevated emotion of how you want to feel when you have it. If it's a relationship desire, I'm sure you want to feel love and happiness. So matching that visualization with that feeling is key to creating that potential. Once again, I don't want to go deep here for the sake of my point, but when we begin to mix these 2 things together, we begin to see extraordinary results. So I've been doing this meditation on and off for the last year or so, and every time I reach the part of matching a vision with an elevated emotion, I'd always become stuck. Focusing on one thing often creates the fear of missing out for all the other things that we could have. This is incredibly common and often puts a spanner in the works. For me to be content with and trust a soul vision is very difficult and always has been, but that had to change for me. My vision has changed so much over my life. I really thought I was going to be a photographer and content creator for the rest of my life. I thought I'd found who I was and what I was going to do. If I'm honest, even during this, I was always unsure on what avenue to really go down. You can't just be a photographer and that's it. Well, you can, because that's almost what I was. It's important for the longevity of a career to pick a lane and stick to it. I got away with 5 years of shooting in just about every field, and I enjoyed it, but if I was to continue, I'd never go much further than where I was currently at. Even within the field of photography, there are so many niche areas that you can explore and really master, but none ever grasped me so much that I was willing to put my entire energy into it. That's when I began to really question if what I was doing was going to be my thing forever. We're lucky to live in a world full of more opportunities than ever before, but that also creates a problem. It's a paradox of having so much to do that we do nothing at all, and this plays out in every industry, including our personal lives. I started to feel like I had more in me, that there was a deeper motivation to serve on my terms. Fast forward to today, and I'm only really now beginning to find a path, to find a lane and a vision that I can sit down, meditate, visualize, and be content with. It's one of simplicity and of service, and one that allows me to be myself and create for me, not for others. there's still something big that can get in the way of my vision, and that's fear. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment of others, and the fear of not liking what I manifest. Fear is ultimately the number one thing that holds us back. But if you're like me, one thing that's included in this vision is growth. And how does growth happen? It only happens when we step into fear. Every time fear comes into my awareness, I know it's the perfect sign and opportunity to go right in and see what's on the other side. So how do we find vision? Well, it's taken me a long time, so maybe I'm not the right person to ask. But what I do know is that if you want to sit down for a 10-minute vision session to come up with your life map, you're doing yourself a complete disservice. The more time I've allowed myself to not do anything over the last few months, the clearer I've become. This has been so hard because my association with doing nothing is that I'm not productive, that I'm not growing, that I'm not successful. This in itself has been such a battle for my mind to really understand the importance of letting go and focusing on nothing and allowing something to come to me. Building a vision is not something you can diary in and create. It comes in times of flow, of calmness, and often in nature with no distractions. A vision is built over time through experience, through suffering, through connections, and through stepping into that fear. If you have a vision but your intuition is not happy with it, you know it's time to go back to the drawing board. Really allow the time for your vision to come through, because if you force it, it's susceptible to others' opinions, your limiting beliefs, your ego, and that's not where your potential is. Your potential shines through every now and then, in bursts of inspiration and motivation, and that's when you listen, take a pen and paper, and sculpt that vision. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions or you simply want to reach out, please shoot me a message on Instagram at Andrew Cooney. And if you took something away here, I'd love if you could leave a review, as it helps me so much. Until next time, my name is Andrew Cooney. Have a beautiful day.